Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Aussie Starcraft. We're bringing you some more Harder Swarm action. This time it's going to be some 2v2 ladder shenanigans. So on the bottom right hand side is our red Terran. It's going to be me, Aussie Starcraft. On the bottom left hand corner is our blue Terran player. It's going to be my ally Smallpox. The top side of the map we have Dry Spell, our Aqua Terran, and our purple Zerg Militia. So it is going to be a 2v2 on this absolutely massive map. As you know, both bases have a nice free natural expansion behind them with some high yield in the middle, and then pretty much 1,000 bases in between you and your opponent. So going into this game, this was from me and my friends mucking around the other night. We decided we'd try a bit of the Funday Monday challenge from day 9. For those of you who aren't familiar, day 9 on his show each week does a Funday Monday and puts a constraint on the game by which players try to win while still doing ridiculous things. This week's Funday Monday was that players in a 2v2 should try and use planetary fortresses as an offensive weapon in the opening minutes of the game. So both me and Smallpox will be trying to do that. This was our first run at it. As you can see, we actually have Dry Spell trying to be a bit sneaky here and hide a probe. It looks like he may have actually got that one in undetected, but we will see. Dry Spell obviously throwing down a forge now, so it's pretty safe to say this is going to be some sort of a sneaky cannon rush that might actually take my ally here by surprise. Me, I'm just going gangbusters for the Funday Monday. It makes no sense at all. Why not throw down an engineering bay first? So we're just mucking around trying different things. You'll see me, I'm hiding SCV up here, planning to try and fly in a planetary fortress and construct it here. What I didn't know was that he was going for this cannon rush, so it did make it quite easy for me to sneak in a planetary fortress and try and fly it in, because he didn't have the usual defense you'd expect at the front of his base. The part we never really planned on was how to try and planetary fortress rush a Zerg, and Militia sort of punishes us for that in just a little bit. But yeah, it got me grabbing both my gas, going gangbusters, and almost got my 400 minerals, so should be throwing down a command center any moment now. And there we go there. We'll see this cannon rush well underway. Of Dry Spell here, he's got his first cannon up, for some reason constructed all the way back here. Just trying to make things really difficult for my ally. Unfortunately, when you're being cannon rushed like this, guys, generally want to just try and pick off the probe. If you can catch the probe, like with the Marine, and kill it, generally ends the aggression. But unfortunately for Smallpox, Dry Spell managed to get his cannon rush going down here, and this poses a bit of threat because he can't actually pick off this pylon without losing some of his workers, and the second cannon here starts to rake in the kills, as you'll see. 1 kill there, 2 kills, and that's when it starts to do damage. But what most most Terran players can do when this is happening to them is, it's not ideal, but if you get in this situation, just lift up and move away. You'll see that the Protoss player has invested 300, 400, 700 minerals now, 800 minerals on trying to do this cannon rush. So if you move your base, you generally end up not too far behind and can re-establish yourself before taking too much damage. Unlike the other races like Protoss and Zerg, who if they get cannon rushed, get quite stuck. So see, I'm throwing up a barracks finally now. The planetary command center is ready to go. It's going to make a bit of a sprint for the main base. Dry Spell hasn't really realised that I'm doing this. Hasn't actually got any defensive units up to speak of. And you'll see, and my ally got a little bit tired of the cannon rush, so he actually chose to leave the game. And so you'll see me trying to go into a little bit of try-hard mode, not doing very well as I try and macro my base and my allies' base, but I just figured if I can get a little bit of income, because Dry Spell hasn't noticed this at all, I might well be able to get this planetary fortress up and take him out. So I decided to stay in the game and thought I'd give it a shot. You never know, may as well give it a crack. Worst case scenario, it's just good experience. So throwing down a bunch of barracks, as you can see, really poor macro on my part, hovering a lot of minerals and gas. I try and piece together this planetary fortress strategy. I don't play Terran very often, but I thought, give it a kick and have a bit of a fun. I just thought it was sweet karma that the cannon rushing guy would get planetary fortress rushed, so I personally enjoyed that probably a little bit too much. This cannon's going to go down, and then my planetary is pretty safe to just pound away at his stuff. I actually ran in one of my workers to reinforce it. Got to take down the camp first. These workers going to take far too long to try and kill this. And you see the planetary just raking kills, 10 kills, 13 kills, 14 kills. A really bad day to be a probe in Dry Spell's army. 20 of them actually going down there, 22. And now is Nexus is under fire as well. So all is underway. I managed to get smallpox mining just a little gas. There's me exuberantly shouting Happy Monday now that my Planet Rush actually doing some damage. We have some Zerglings in here as well, trying to make life difficult. They have about a 0 chance of cleaning out this planetary fortress, and sometime I actually start firing at them as well. But obviously a little bit distracted trying to macro up. I figured I'd get some Reapers and try and do some damage to the Zerg player, as I don't know what he's been doing, and inevitably he has a lot more stuff than I do. So just trying to throw down as many supply depots as I can. I only have really 9 guys mining, but I do have smallpoxes guys busily trying to work over here. You'll see Dry Spell at this point's in big trouble. He isn't able to mine. He's actually brought his workers down here, and he's once he gets to his 400 minerals, he's going to throw down another expansion. And you'll see he's able to just get there. I think he's got 1 worker mining. Yep, there's the 400. He throws down that Nexus up here, so he's got a fairly safe base to try and expand to. We didn't notice this. We thought he must have nicked off to somewhere, because he, as you'll see when we blow this up, he doesn't get revealed. I'm moving in with my Reapers and some just trying to do a little bit of harass to the Zerg. You'll see I have a stack of barracks here. I probably should have been doing add-ons and things like Stimpack at this point, but I was just having fun, having a bit of a laugh, which is what you got to do from time to time in StarCraft. And memo to everybody, pro tip, when you're using Reapers, don't do that. Don't fly straight into the mineral line. So easy for them to surround you. But like I said, I don't do Terran a lot, so you'll see me getting my Reapers pinned here. And oh no, managing to get him out. And this is Bronze League micro for you. You just leave everyone standing there shooting and run the one guy they're aggroed on around in circles. So yeah, that's pro micro from me here. But just trying to do as much damage to the Zerg player as possible. He does have his natural up, but I'm feeling pretty good at this point, because I'd thrown down my main base, my natural, sorry, and throwing down a lot of barracks, figuring a flood of marines would help against anything the Zerg had. I do have the planetary established there, and Teal is only just mining, so I'm actually feeling pretty good stage. I don't know everything that's going on, but I do have these Reapers. They're being quite annoying. As you see, 5 kills, 4 kills, 3 kills, and 3 kills there. So Reaper's doing a little bit of damage here. Slowly throwing down add-ons. The Tech Lab was the biggest omission, really. I should have thrown down a Tech Lab much earlier. Just going reactor was pretty noob of me. But you know, just playing for fun and trying to cobble together this strategy as I go. Actually taking a leaf out of Teal's book and trying to expand in my opponent's base. And I figured, oh, what's the next potential threat? Dark Templar. So I threw down a missile turret. Probably not the best spot for it. Probably should have tucked it between the 2 bases. But figuring that even if he Dark Templar rushed, at least I'd be able to see it with the missile turret. I didn't realise he was as bad off for economy as he actually was. He's got almost nothing. Only just starting to get his base back on track. Here's some Reapers now picking on some Hydralisks. Militia deciding Hydralisks are the way to go, throwing out a lot of static defense here. Me just trying to do as much damage as I can with these Reapers. If we check out, oh no, the workers killed count doesn't work quite the same way in a 2v2, my bad. But you'll see he's lost quite a lot of workers here. If we look at the units lost tab, you'll see it's 2,000 or 3,000, 2,000, and I've only lost 1,000 minerals. So feeling pretty good about it, knowing that I've got to be careful though. If I get carried away, then I will lose to these guys. There is 2 of them. It's a lot easier for them to micro and macro than it is for me to try and control me and my ally. So Smallpox just periodically increasing his harvest account, just trying to feed minerals to me. Because I don't know whether you know or not, but once your ally leaves in a game, you get the whole resource pool. So just trying to use his leftovers workers to get a little bit of an edge. But Militia's actually going to lose his expansion here, which is going to put us in a great position, but deciding to throw down 2 macro hatches, so it's really going to go for some sort of Zergling swarm tactic. I think I see these with my Reapers in just a minute. I jump down here and start messing around back behind his base. Unfortunately that Spine Crawler, oh no, the Spine Crawler doesn't manage to kill me, just some annoying little back and forth micro on the cliff there. a few Reapers here to try and finish these guys off, but oh no, I picked the wrong Reaper, and that Reaper will be dying. A lot of Hydralisks here, going to be able to mop up the rest of these. But will we get one more? No, I wanted to get that spawning pool, but looks like it won't happen, and the rest of the Reapers are unfortunately going to go down under a group of Hydralisks. You have me, pro worker rally here. Probably should have rallied those on the mineral lines just a bit quicker. Do have a lot of Marines here. My follow-up finally getting Stim Pack and Combat Shield, and starting to really produce the Marines about 10 at a time, figuring that at the end of the day I can just power through these guys with about a bajillion Marines. I've now managed to expand inside Dry Spell's base, and actually going for his natural as well with another planetary. So just making sure there's nothing sneaky these guys can take. These Marines are meant to be wandering back and forward checking the other expansions. I think it's pretty soon that we realise that Dry Spell must actually be here in this base, as we did roam around the bases a fair bit checking for him, and that was the only location left. So just trying something very different for those of you who skip forwards on the video. Playing Funday Monday, we're trying to use planetary fortresses offensively, and we've managed to take out a good chunk of Dry Spell's base, and actually get ourselves in quite a leading position here. But certainly a lot of place I can work on my macro and micro as Terran. See, I'm just trying to churn out as many Marines as possible. I really should have got the starports a little bit quicker for some medevacs, but you know, too little too late. But I figure I should have at least enough Marines to crush forward over them. If we look at the active forces, we'll see that I do have more than both of them put together. So feeling pretty good to know that economically this game's probably favouring me and my allies significantly. And I know that I've certainly got a lot more base mine. I have, well, if we don't count this fail base mine, as all the SCVs just follow the leader and stare at each other, I've got 2 and a bit bases mining. This third one down here, we actually have a little Zergling run in here, and fortunately for the Zergling, he's got no upgrades, so even the SCVs can take him out. And you see me decide to try and pop some planetaries right in front of the Zerg's base, and it was an alright thought, but I really needed to have more defences here, maybe some bunkers first with the Marines in them, and then the planetaries, but a little bit slow, and he manages to just pound down here with Hydras and kill all my Marines. My Marines which don't actually have any upgrades. I worked out at about this point that, hey, I've had an engineering bay since I built it first in my horrible build order, and I still haven't researched any upgrades in spite of the fact that I have 1500 gas. So certainly something I want to work on in future in my Terran is trying to increase my mineral and gas spending. You'll see I'm hovering so much. My buildings are often not in use. Something I always say in videos is it's better to have... we have a few stalkers here valiantly trying to fight this massive horde of Marines. I decide, alright, he's obviously up here, and we go up and try and deal with him. Throwing down a few gateways. Currently only got the gateways that we haven't killed yet up here. But these Marines are just going to be able to muscle down, throw down a scan to kill the high ground, and that's going to give us a nice angle to get on the top and just pound down his last few buildings. So he's not feeling too good about the situation, though. You know, normally I feel bad when I'm cheesing. I occasionally, I do play Protoss, and I do things like Dark Templar rushes and Cannon Rush for fun. I don't do it every game, and I generally feel, you know, it's not as, you know, much of a win when you manage to do it. You know, it's a cheeky way to get a win, and it's good for a little bit of a laugh. I generally feel bad about it, but when this guy was cannon rushing us, I felt absolutely no qualms about dropping a planetary fortress in his base. These poor Hydralisks going up against the planetary, it's now up to 16 kills, so I think the MVPs of this game have to be these two planetaries. 41 kills and 19, so 60 kills between them. And that's pretty much Dry Spell taken out of this game. He's got a few buildings left here, but there's a giant... Didn't see me being cheeky. Obviously very happy about the fact that I'm doing alright in this 1v2 game, but my cannon rush was bigger. And in hindsight I thought about it, I was like, no, it's just that he bought a cannon to his planetary fortress fight. Ooh yeah. If you guys know the old knifey spoony joke. Anyway. But So yeah, we've now it's just me versus the Zerg. He is stuck in his base. He does have like the mother load of macro hatches. Got like 3 macro hatches here. As we can see, he's actually supply blocked and just has this little group of hydras. So trying to build some more planetaries. Just doing my best to try and satisfy the good old Funday Monday any way we can. Build as many planetary fortresses as we can. But again, 5,000 minerals, 7 idle barracks. So always, you know, guys, try and keep your buildings hotkeyed and rally pointed to somewhere effective, and just keep tapping those keys. Get your units burning. I haven't actually put these units back to work. That was a little bit slow of me. But at this point, I'm just figuring, oh well, I can probably attrition my way through it, and just trying to build any defense I can to hem this guy in. As I know he's only got 2 bases, and his main has to be almost mined out. I know that because my main's mined out. So I did some harass to him. I know he's probably maybe a minute or 2 away from finishing his main, but his natural's actually virtually untouched because of how much stuff he's been losing. We have been trying to trade Hydralisk for Marines and Marauders all game. I still haven't found my medevacs. Oh, they're finally on the way now, so they'll be very useful in this coming fight. Actually have 4 of them in the wrong spot. You'll see him bursting down the ramp. Is a lesson on rally points. Actually get your medevacs rally pointed over your Marines and Marauders. So my Marines and Marauders are just firing away here, just trying to eat through as many hydras as you can. But unfortunately he's going to sweep down the ramp and kill my next attempt at these planetary fortresses. I managed to clean up the last of Dry Spell's base, so his dry spell is over. That was horrible, sorry guys. And I know that just militia's all that's left, so this game was a lot of fun. I know that militia is in pretty deep strife. I've got plenty of resources in the bank at this point. I'm just feeding units ineffectively to their doom. I probably should have burst forward just a little bit quicker, but I do manage to get through the last few of these Hydralisks. I do make yet another attempt to try and get this planetary fortress going. I have all these medevacs that as of yet haven't done anything at all, and all these idle units down here. So rally points, guys, rally points and hotkeys. That's the lesson we're going to take from today's ladder shenanigans. When you're caught up and busy and trying to macro and micro in multiple places, get your stuff on rally points and actually use it. Finally getting my medevacs here, and as you can see, it's much easier to kill everything. So medevac's going to be healing away, and yeah, a lot of fun here. And now I should be able to burst up and finish off his base. So just as it's getting as this game's clear, probably trying to build a token planetary here, but it's pretty much all over bar the shouting. I just wanted to cast this game for you mainly because I thought it was funny. I thought, oh, and there they are, GG now. No GG at all. Obviously, if you cannon rush and fail, you say nothing and leave. That's pretty much the experience. How about you guys? What do you do when you cannon rush and it fails? Do you laugh? Do you play it out? Do you just get angry, hit your keyboard and quit? Or what do you do? I just wanted to cast this game. I thought it was a lot of fun. The planetary fortress thing's always good for a laugh. If you play Terran, I'm sure you've done this to someone. If you haven't done it, you ought to. It's fun. You always get a bit of a kick out of it. And that's the main reason why we play Starcraft, and certainly the point of ladder shenanigans is to try different things on ladder and have a bit of a laugh. Sometimes people take the game just a little bit too seriously. I myself, I know I'm never going to be a grandmaster, so I just try and have as much fun as I can while I'm playing. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys got a few ideas of what to do and not to do in your ladder games, and we'll catch you all in the next cast. Thanks guys.